Okay. Okay, students, welcome to Sigma classes. My name is Anuj Ahuja, and I'm part of the IIT JEE and IIT preparation division. I'm myself from IIT Delhi, but almost 30 years back. Now, let me start off by saying that IIT exam is primarily in two-stage exam. The first stage is IIT mains, which is conducted by National Testing Agency, and where lakhs and lakhs of students appear for that exam, and top 2.5 lakhs are shortlisted for the IIT advanced exam, which is again in two parts. But let me first come back to the IIT advanced exam is conducted by the 7 IITs, which is IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Delhi, IIT Chennai, and the IIT Hyderabad, and other in rotation. So every year one IIT takes the responsibility of conducting the exam. Now, the syllabus for mains and advanced is almost the same, but there are few topics which are there only in IIT mains and few in IIT advanced, which we'll be covering in detail. The syllabus which is shared on the website, and one has to follow that with complete. It's not that IIT exam can ask questions from anywhere and everywhere. They follow the syllabus to the T, and of course the weightage is given to each syllabus subtopic, and the exam questions are framed in that way. Now, let's first talk about some of the preparation which you would be requiring. So here you would be getting the top faculty, the complete courseware, and doubt solving session at any time of the day, online or offline, whatever mode you are comfortable with, and mentorship and motivation to such an extent that it becomes our responsibility to make as many IIT aspirants get into the IIT. Now, these IIT exams are not just restricted for, there are about 16,000, 17,000 IIT seats which are available, but the advanced courses are also valid at the NITs which are set up by the government, NIT Durgapur, NIT Suratkal, and various other NITs, and IISER. So it's these codes are valid for these institutes as well. Now let's first talk about, a lot of students ask, is IIT preparation same as 12th class preparation? No, it's not. It's almost the same syllabus. The IIT syllabus also includes the 11th class and 12th class, whereas in boards exams you are only asked questions from the 12th class. But it is if you do very well in IIT preparation, the boards are more or less taken care of, but the preparation is totally different from the questions asked by both the testing agency. So board preparation is not really in variance with the IIT preparation, but the style and the methodology applied would be very, very different. Now, so if you prepare well for IITs, your boards are well taken care of, but then again you need to prepare differently for boards and score well, because you have to get 75% plus in your boards to be eligible for IITs. Now, the other myth which is very wrong is a lot of students think that if they buy all the possible books in the market or library for a particular subject, then they are better off than their competitor. We will be giving a very well researched courseware where you would be able to do your preparation in shortest possible time with the best researched topics on that to prepare for those exams. So it's not that the more books would add more value to you. In fact, if you buy we'll give you a list of few books which are highly recommended for in physics, chemistry, or mathematics. So if you follow one particular book, then you would be in a much better position than your concept clarity and attempting those papers. So NCERT books are very important, but then you also need Resnick and Halliday or S.L. Looney or chemistry books by Mr. Tandon or others. Now, let's come to the other myth which is there, that for IIT preparation you need to go to quota. Yes, quota has been instrumental in sending at one time 1/3 of the IIT class to about a lot of students, because some of the top institutes are established there. But that's not the case. One, it adds to a lot of discomfort when you are away from the family and cut out from the social life fabric, which can add to the chemistry and your preparation issues. So quota is not short way of success. In fact, one can prepare with a well developed strategy even in a remote location or in our classes very well. So this is the second myth which must be cleared, that quota is not the way to success. The other myth which a lot of students have been asking is that for IIT preparation you have to cut out from your social life and your extracurricular activities at a total. Yes, you need to cut down on your Facebook, Twitter, Netflix, Amazon Prime addiction and no binge watching, but yes, but you do need to take time out and prepare for these exams as well. So social life is very important to have a balance, so you are well prepared when you attack any topic with concept clarity. Now, the other big myth is that only the toppers who are there, who have done exceedingly well in their 10th class, should attempt for IITs, and it's only toppers gamble. Yes, it does help that if you have done well in 10th, you have a history of success, you would like to do well in IIT preparation, IIT's exams as well. But no, an average student also who can go with good motivation, with good mentorship and a thorough courseware, who's taught by the well-trained tutors, can crack this exam. So if you see the merit list of IITs, there have been hundreds and thousands of cases where very average students have done well in IIT exam, but not so much who may not have very good uh, percentage in the 10th class, and so would be the case in the 12th class, but then that's a separate issue altogether. Okay, now the other myth which we would be really addressing is that self-study is not at all important. Yes, if you do attend classes, you have your concept clarity, but self-study has to be at least twice or thrice than whatever the number of hours you have taken to do your concept clarity. A lot of students, when they are reading some textbooks, would just do the numericals and would move on, would ignore the theory part of the subject, which is really not the right way to do it, because unless you have concept clarity, IIT would be testing your conceptual clarity and how you are able to apply those concepts. So it would be very, very important and prudent to have the theory well entrenched, so you can actually look at a problem from the very conceptual framework. So these are some of the other some of the myths which are there been in IIT aspirants, which run in lakhs and lakhs all over the country, and we would like to handhold, address all the doubts and solve the problems from the lowest common denominator. Of course, the very intelligent students can actually grasp topics much more easily. Okay, now let's look at the syllabus of IIT, which has been shared on their website. Now there are few topics which are common in IIT Mains and IIT Advanced, but there are few topics which would be just restricted to IIT Advanced exam. So let's talk of few of those topics, and of course we'll be covering each topic and subtopic by the respective tutor in greater detail of what are the common mistakes. And so talking of advanced, which are the topics which are only available to in the advanced exam, are the radioactive and radioactive topics, radioactive chemistry and carbon dating, equivalent conductivity, properties of alpha, beta and gamma rays, fission and fusion, reactions. So these are some of the topics of the chemistry which are there, which would be just covered in the and then we come to the physics topics, which are just there in the advanced courseware. It remains Kirchhoff's law, Newton's laws of cooling, Stephen's laws, and some other topics which are just restricted to the advanced exam courseware. Now let's cover some topics which are just in the syllabus of mains exams. In physics mains, it would be consisting of semiconductors and diodes, LEDs, solar cells, transistors, oscillators, electronic waves, and electromagnetic spectrum topics. So all the communication systems, signal bandwidth, frequency modulation, amplitude modulation, and all these topics are part of the FM waves, the main exam of the IIT courseware. Now let me now give you a brief of the physics topics. Physics topics we've already talked of. Now let's talk of chemistry mains. Now it contains the RNA and DNA molecules. Then it would consist of analgesics, tranquilizers, all the and in everyday chemistry, what we have: soaps and detergents, the additives which are added in food. So this would be basically some topics which would be just restricting to the chemistry part of the course. Now let's talk of maths, which has only the mains maths, which are only there in the main exam but not in the advanced exam. So it consists of sets, relations and function, trigonometry, which would be including heights and distances, statistics would be including mean, median, mode, and some other topics which would be, and then would be a huge part of reasoning which has been added. So it would be the logical conclusions and the converse. So some of these topics which are just there in the main part of the exam in the mathematics part. Now let's cover, now you already know the syllabus which is there in both mains and advanced, and we'll be covering So let me give you an mains and advanced would be, of course, straight line, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola, progression and series, and some of these topics are very interesting. So if you do with the clarity from very beginning, quadratic equations, complex numbers, permutation and combination, probability. Now these topics are both in advanced and main exam. Functions, derivatives, integral calculus, area and differential. Now in chemistry, the topics which are in both in advanced and math, advanced and means, the gaseous state, chemical equilibrium, kinetics, ionic equilibrium, liquid solution, thermodynamics. Now, some of these topics you realize, like thermodynamics is one topic which is there in chemistry as well as in physics, and if taught well by a good professor, you can actually be an expert in this. So inorganic chemistry would consist of all the hydrocarbons, isomerism, carbonyl, alcohols, and ethers, and so we would be doing a greater justice to each and every topic, the common mistakes which students end up doing, and cover up in our subsequent lectures going forward. Of course, physics would include laws of motion, kinematics, fluid stats, surface tension, viscosity, and electrostatics, waves, sound, and capacitors, current, electricity, magnetics, and some of these topics. So in our subsequent lectures, we will be doing a greater justice to each and every topic. And solving them. So I hope we've cleared, and we would like to have more doubts and preparation methodology of you would be getting at least 50 mock tests, and each mock test would be able to address all your problems from basic concept clarity to advanced topics. Thank you.